he's not, having a little bit of the same things that she does, well, that's because he's a boy. So he didn't notice it, I didn't notice it. I bring him to all his well baby checks. So this was not noticeable until, let me just go back to when they both sat up. She sat up first, the girl twin, who was normal, and he sat up a few weeks later. That was really the only delay. Otherwise, he was right with her. Now, I remember when he was sitting up, I was thinking he's very floppy. I can notice some poor motor tone here. He was always a kind of a chubby, floppy guy, But then he sat up, and he sat up afterwards. So, I thought, because I remember telling my father, I said, gosh, I hope he doesn't have some disease somewhere. He's so floppy. Why is he not sitting up and she is? That was my concern there. But otherwise, crawling, he was right on target crawling. So was she. The only difference, and I'll show you in the video, is that he did the military-style crawl where you put your arms, you're dragging the back of your body with you. That's what he did. And in the very end, he finally got, right before he walked, I don't know, you guys probably have, the dog crawl, where they crawl on all fours. So, where the girl twin, she wanted to always do the dog crawl. As far as walking, they both walked at 14 months. All my kids walk at 13 months, but because they were born early, that makes sense, because they walked at 14 months. Basically, almost the same day they walked. However, she soon got the very mature running gait. He never got that until he had a toddler-type gait. Very affectionate child. Now, I was looking on the internet, what are the signs of autism in a baby? And they say, they don't babble, they don't point, they don't make meaningful gestures. Okay? They don't make eye contact, they don't speak a word, they don't respond to your name, doesn't know how to play with toys, lining up toys, doesn't smile. He had none of these things when he was little. Okay, he looks normal. Okay, and you'll see when you look at this, there's, people tell parents, why didn't you catch this earlier? Well, he appeared to be normal. Okay, and you'll see he has his pointer finger. Okay, in the video, he still doesn't quite have that yet back. He's regaining some skills. One thing, I knew almost nothing about autism until this hit me, and now you have to kind of, really study on it, but a telltale sign of autism is a regression in skills. They have certain skills, and they lose them, okay? He was my talker. He actually was putting two words together, and when my girl twin wasn't, okay? He was saying bye-bye. I couldn't catch on his phone, but I'm going to find it, but I do have him saying, what's this? That was his favorite thing to say. He would take his pointer finger, point to things, what's this? What's this? My girlfriend didn't have that at, 16 months. And he did. And he was, what's this? What's this? And I have a little bit of that I found. He said bye-bye like this. All these things he doesn't have now. That's what I'm showing you. Right now, we're really working on his pointer finger. When we really work on it, he'll do it for a while, but he regresses back to this. This is what they want to do. Okay? And that's a very telltale sign of autism, too. They want to like that. But he had his pointer finger. He had it. If I bring him to the beach, he loves to stand in the beach. That's like where the waves are, where it's nice and hard. So he'll actually, because he finds that if he does this, it doesn't take a nice picture, so he doesn't want to. So he'll put his finger out. But otherwise, we have such a hard time. He's had a lot of therapies about these skills. So, but he was a babbler. He was talking. He had great eye contact. He's always been very social. However, when the autism hit last summer, he wouldn't even look at me and his mother. And my sister and another friend of mine said, this child won't even look at his mother. There's a problem. And, I'm an educated person, fairly educated. I mean, I'm not the sharpest brain out of the box, but I'm not the dullest either, But I should have noticed it. Even last summer when it was happening, like in a big way, what happens is when you're a parent, and you're with the parent here, you go into denial. Nobody knows anything about your child. I mean, he started walking backwards everywhere. So I took him into our playground, and I remember the whole time he walked backwards, and he was good. He never bumped into anything. But the other parents just thought, I don't know, looking like that. And I thought to myself, what are you looking at my child for, He's smart. He can walk backwards. But, you see it, and you don't want to know until my friend handed me a book on autism last summer, maybe July or something, and she said, you better read this. And then I saw that compulsive learning of the toys, and you just all of a sudden you see your child in a new light, and you said, okay, telling him, he's got to get me to a specialist, I got to, so eventually we went to a neurologist, but she didn't want to diagnose right away. So I talked to people, I should have gone to a different neurologist. Some neurologists are very hesitant to declare anything. She said, go to the school system, have their human psychologist and speech diagnostician, tell me, and then send me the report. So they did, and they said he severely autistic. So, but that took months. The average hearing parents say is it takes about 9 months to get a diagnosis. This is very frustrating because that's 9 months wasted if you don't do anything. But I'm resourceful, and I contacted Dr. Shelby here, who's been helping me tremendously even before I got the diagnosis. And we've seen a big change in him. And let me just tell you that when I came and met Dr. Shelby, he would only babble, was lining up constantly, and he was a very sedentary child. When he was young, when he was normally developing, he was not. But let me just go back to, I started seeing subtle changes at age 2, but it was 2.5 last year that it really hit, okay? So if I'm looking back at my videos, age 2, he started to go from an active child to a child that liked books and puzzles. And I thought, oh, that's smart of him, but he's just an intellect, so an intellectual child, So meanwhile, the girl twins running around with the other kids, she's losing interest in him, and he can play together because he wants to do, we get lots of library books from the library every week. I pile them on the table. He'd come, grab one, and he was looking intently at them. He wasn't just playing with books. So then we saw that, puzzles. He was stacking still vertically. When the autism hit, he refused to stack vertically. He only wanted horizontal lining up. So if you put it on top, one on top of the other, you got period. Okay? So it had to be lined up. So that, whatever his brain was feeling, it had to be low to the ground, lined up. And in rainbow colors, if possible. But I just want to read something that, I thought it was personality difference, okay? That's why I missed this. But, in the future, if you work with parents, you work with children, you can't have things off of personality. You have to really see what's going on. But I just wanted to read something that I looked last night, and I saw my old Christmas letter. I read a letter of Christmas to my relatives and friends, how each child was doing. And this is what I wrote. Twins just turned 2. I said, God made these twins totally different personality, it seems. Maggie's very outgoing and expressive. She's happy as racing and around loudly with her siblings. We're doing a graceful dance to any rhythm. She's very verbal and shouts her twin's name quite well. Nate, on the other hand, this is before I knew the autism, okay, is a low-key, introspective sort of guy. He can often be found intently examining pictures in library books or in a quiet corner, and he's a puzzle fanatic. He's social in his own way, loving to snuggle near his shoulder. He does enjoy experimenting with toilets. He was throwing everything in toilets and constantly. He was obsessed with the toilet. Taking advantage of the older kids not telling you about the work. That was just a snippet from my Christmas letter at age 2, okay? So it was written like he was about, because they were born December 4th, so I probably wrote it right when they turned 2. But here it was at 2, he was already sedentary, he wasn't lining up yet, but he was books, puzzles, who would have thought that was something to worry about, but it turned out to be a horrific condition called autism. At this age, kids, some people look at him, if you don't know child development, you think, oh, he looks like a little kid, he's really cervical. At this age, his twins tell him what she wants to be when she grows up. She's telling me, please tell me your computer password so I can get into your computer. She can go on the computer herself, as computer games, have full-on conversation, does pretend play all the time. It's such a huge difference between the two. But let me show you my video though, just to see, because I want you to see that it was easy to miss.